Over the year, there has been no law establishing term limits for members of Congress. However, there have been bills introduced to amend the Constitution for decades. This brings up the essential question: should there be term limits for members of Congress? I believe yes, as it would help with political failure, reduce corruption, and provide new members of Congress. From the video, Donald Trump on term limits, he states, decades of political failure and special interest collusion must come to an end. With term limits, it would prevent the deep relationships between members, which would reduce corruption and power from special interest collusion. For political failure, if members knew their term was limited, they'd feel more pressure to deliver results and focus on policies. For example, me being a high school student, if my teacher assigned work with a deadline, I would feel obligated to complete this work because I know my performance affects my grade. Similarly, if members in office knew their time was limited, they'd be more motivated to pass effective bills that benefit the public. With term limits, it would give new perspectives on newly elected members. From C-SPAN classroom deliberations, they say, wealthy and powerful career politicians dominate the government. By setting term limits, it would give the opportunity for ordinary citizens to serve. However, from the article, term limits for Congress probably are never going to happen. Many political scientists think that it would be a bad idea. This is because it would affect the legislative branch by removing experienced lawmakers from office. Overall, I believe term limits should be established for members of Congress. However, with Congress actually being the ones that passed this amendment, it most likely isn't going to happen. For example, a bill introduced by Republican Representative Marino hasn't gone far. This is because, as mentioned earlier, the power and job security would be affected by the people who are responsible for voting on this bill. Thank you.